M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What works in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. Not something you expect to see from the opening kickoff, that's for sure, and they will start at the 40. They run the counter. Harris. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down. These two teams met in Baltimore, you might remember, earlier in the year with the Ravens winning that game. So a win here in Baltimore would give them the season sweep. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Back to throw. Miller. That's swung out wide to Harris. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Defensively, they came into the game with the understanding they're going to have to slow him down on passes just like this because he was over 100 yards receiving a week ago. And you know they want to get him involved here as well.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time. With that run, double check my math, yes, he has hit 8,000 career rushing yards.
And that's fantastic. That means he's now approaching the top 50 all-time rushers in NFL history. That means he just sped past Terrell Davis, who's in the Hall of Fame. And now he's just got to go ahead and be strong and run hard because he's chasing down Larry Zonka.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. Well, this defense for the Ravens, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
This defense certainly has a lot to be proud of coming off of last week's game because when you only give up 14 points in a contest, you give your team a great chance to win. The best defense in the league is usually going to average giving up 18, 19 points a game. So to be under that, a terrific achievement.
Here's Miller from the gun on third down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And for the moment, this will be a first down. But we have a marker on the field. Let's see if this stands. And this third down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Miller. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th. The Steelers send out their punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return, and the Ravens, they'll take over. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 27. Throwing to start the drive. Jackson. Flush to his right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. Well, these two teams hooking up for the second time this year. They first met back in October, Week 7, and it was the Ravens getting the road victory in that one, so now they'll look to finish off the season sweep here in Baltimore. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Play action. It's Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
On 3rd down, Jackson. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. They'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Throwing is Jackson. And that'll be complete to Dobbins. And he gets it down to the 32. So it's a gain of 12 there on the reception. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold him to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here, because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Very short kick taken right at the 20. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club at all, and if we feel that way, I know it frustrates the coaching staff, and it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the locker room. They got to figure out how to get coordinated.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Miller. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Here's 2nd and 10. To throw again. Miller. He gets it complete to Harris. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens 33.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll toss to Harris. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
Second down at 4. Off play action. Miller. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Back to throw. Miller. It's brought in by Harris. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens 16. He's fresh off that 3-touchdown performance last week that got him AFC Offensive Player of the Week, so you know that he was already on their radar. Now he's maybe even a bigger plane on their radar.
Bigger plane. I mean, he is the big dot on that screen that they're looking at and saying, how in the heck do we stop him? They're going to try a bunch of different things, different people covering him, but right now he's locked in and is in sync with his quarterback.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Now Miller to throw on second down. He finds his man, complete. That's Harris. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Harris. And he goes backwards on this one. Losing yardage to the 7. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Now from the 7, here's second and goal. Looking to throw. Miller throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Down at the 2. Broke through first contact, but ultimately stopped shy of the goal line. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's third and goal. Turn to a power game to try to get in. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter. It's a quarterback sneak, and he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A great play there, keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So that challenge, a successful one. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They scored a touchdown the last time they had the football, but things going to be a little bit more difficult this time.
Oh, certainly, because where they're starting, The goal isn't even thinking about a touchdown at this point. They're thinking about field position. A couple of first downs in order to give some room for their punter and maybe flip the field position for their defense.
5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down.
Brings up second and 5.
Jackson now down around his goal line. Dancing to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
Well, you don't expect too many quarterbacks to be adept at breaking away from would-be tacklers, but this is uncommonly good right here as he's able to get away.
Yeah, and at the risk of sounding just a little bit trite, this is just a tackle that needs to be made. It's one thing when you've got a bruising 230-pound running back coming your way, but when it's a quarterback who's running for his life, your teammates will tell you, you've got to get him on the ground.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. Cameron Hayward in on the tackle.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front.
Dobbins hit and he fumbles. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And some room to roam now. And the return will stop right around the 25. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so...
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
2nd and short now following the fumble. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins.
And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Here's Jackson to throw.
Open man is Bateman. It's complete.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Now it's Jackson.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
Coverage by NEFL.
The Ravens on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Jackson. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
And how about the quick feet there as he made a man miss on his way to a solid gain of 7. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Now he's going to throw deep right side, and that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. From the gun, Miller looking deep for Jennings. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Taking on the midfield logo. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. Dobbins going to take the handoff on the option. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. He lost 6 there on the 1st down play.
How about the job there on the outside? Shed the wide receiver and was able to make the tackle on the perimeter.
Tough spot looking at 2nd and 16 here after the big loss. And they'll get him down here at about the 42.
He's brought down at the 42-yard line. A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 6.
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the 1st. Now it's Jackson. This is caught. It's Brown. And they will get the 1st down here as they move into field goal range as well inside the 25. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Flushed out right.
Looking for Bateman. He's got him complete.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. Jackson now. And that'll be caught. Touchdown Ravens. It's Hollywood Brown. Marquise Brown, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Ravens will add on to their lead.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half, and that'll give us momentum going into the second half. Give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And with 25 seconds to go, we'll see how they want to play this.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
Five yards remain on 2nd down.
Operating from the gun, Miller. He finds his man, complete. That's Harris. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Miller. Harris has it over the middle. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. A final shot before break. Miller. Throw left side going to be taken in by Harris. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. So we're at halftime here in the Inner Harbor with the hometown Ravens on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Rosas now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, But I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities. And I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
At the 25-yard line.
Here's Jackson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Andrews. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end of the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward.
And finally out of bounds all the way down at about the 2.
41 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal.
Dobbins.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown.
J.K. Dobbins.
His 19th touchdown now of the season.
And the Ravens take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Extra point up and through. And it's now 21-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Second and 10.
Looking to throw. Miller. He's going to loft one deep left side here. He's got a man. Complete. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A big play that time for Pittsburgh.
And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season, because right now, 4,000 is not out of the question. I think a big game or two, he's certainly capable of getting that done.
They'll run on first down.
It's Harris, and he'll be stopped up at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hold.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Off the bootleg, Miller.
And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Miller now looking to throw on 2nd down. He's got his man, Gates. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Back to throw again. Touchdown! That's caught.
Najee Harris.
Touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit. Aldrich Rosas on for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and that'll cut the lead to 21-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Pretty straightforward play there by the linebacker. He saw the run, went with straight-ahead pursuit, and dumped him behind the line of scrimmage.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Jackson.
He'll swing this out to Dobbins.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. To throw is Jackson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the 1st down and then some.
Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. And that'll be incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
We're in Baltimore. Third quarter action. 2nd and 10. To throw again is Jackson. Got him in. It's Brown. And he's taken down inside the 30.
But again, plenty of time to sit in the pocket and deliver the football. While the offensive linemen, they may be nameless and faceless to a lot of people, they certainly aren't to their teammates who are the skill position guys. They appreciate the heck out of them, and they're capitalizing.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Throw right side here, taken in by Bateman. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Jackson will throw again. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. An option handoff here to Dobbins. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
I think we got to give it up for him right there. That's a heck of an athletic move for a big man right in the middle of the line. How about the play he makes there? Nowhere to run, and he finishes that one off for a loss.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Throwing is Jackson. He finds Bateman over the middle. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves him just short for 4th down. And now before they run this play on 4th and 1, we're going to get a break and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Now the Ravens bring out the field goal unit here from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And his kick is good. And they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7. And right now, Charles, this is about building that lead little by little, and they're able to do just that.
And it gets them past the key number 16, so this is now a 3-score lead. Not time to exhale just yet, but that might prove to be an important 3 points before things are said and done.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone.
A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. A big play that time for Pittsburgh.
First down, Pittsburgh.
And that's going to do it. Clock hits zeros. They're not going to get another playoff. Time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there. Forced the ball free, and it's second down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off inside the 5. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. So now it appears they're going to accept the penalty, which means take away the interception. Also means keep your defense on the field. Don't understand this one bit. So after about as long a play as humanly possible without scoring, here's first and goal. Going to run the toss here to Harris. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Najee Harris, his second TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Steelers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. Rosas good with the extra point, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away.
Taking it about the 1. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
53 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. Jackson.
That's complete to his receiver, Bateman.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, second and 2.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe. To throw again on second down. Jackson.
He'll find Bateman once more.
Only able to gain a couple there. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 17-yard line.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because, to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Jackson firing quickly out wide for Bateman.
That catch good for only a couple.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jackson.
Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Jackson.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
And his kick here is good. And that will stretch the lead up to 13.
So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball,
and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now they'll run the option to the short side left.
And he will slide to a halt with a penalty marker down on the play. They get the USC man, Elijah Vera Tucker.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Back to throw. Miller.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
You definitely would like to have hit on that one because now you've got a 3rd and long showing up, and you just know defense is going to be getting after it. They are pinning their ears back, and they are coming.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Going for the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. He's going to take another shot here. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. And a failure on 4th down on the other side leads immediately to a 1st and goal.
That's out quickly to Bateman.
Down at the 2. Broke through first contact, but ultimately stopped shy of the goal line. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
They'll try to run with Dobbins.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. A crucial penalty there as the hold backs him up for another 2nd and goal.
Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal.
I have to laugh a little bit because he actually handed it off. I thought with the 2 touchdown passes he's thrown in this one already, he'd go ahead and fling and try and get a 3rd one.
Yeah, now from this spot on 3rd down, I think he'd probably throw it here.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. They won't even send in a running play here, I don't believe. I think they go ahead and try and throw it for a touchdown.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal.
They'll try to run with Dobbins.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. It'll be a gain of 5, but they're still left with a long 4th and goal.
Well, if this defense can hold them to a field goal here, what a win that would be.
Not just a win on the possession, but psychologically take over the ball game. But this started with 1st and goal, so they were in 4-down territory right from the beginning. I say you finish it off and go for the touchdown.
And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So all things considered, that's not the final nail, but it does make things exceedingly difficult now on the other side.
Yeah, because obviously now with a 16-point game, the other guys don't need just 2 touchdowns. They need a couple of 2-point conversions as well. Plus they'll need either a turnover or an onside kick in there somewhere. So you're just adding to the list of things that need to happen in sequence. And it's going to be a pretty tall order this late in the game.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. Let's see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game, and sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Pass complete to Harris.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. Miller on first down. It's brought in by Harris. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Here's Miller off the play fake. Going deep here for Bryant. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And now the focus is really clear. They need to get that first down and either get out of bounds or maybe use one of those timeouts.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Right side catch. This is Gates. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. And this will be incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Miller going deep here for Bryant. And that is incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Miller. Got a man here. It's Bryant. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
Yeah, you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
Gates with a grab. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks everywhere you turn.
So for the Ravens, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-5. And they'll have another home date next week as the Cincinnati Bengals come to town. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, it's a potentially fatal blow to their playoff chances as they drop to 6-7 on the year. And they will get a home date next week as they will take on the Dallas Cowboys.